sort of knew from about age of 12, 13 that I was gay, and then everyone sort of knew because everyone said I was sort of obvious, but it was never confirmed for anyone. And then when the LGBT come around and Miss asked me to do performances, and it made me much more confident within myself, and I was just like, okay, I'm gay, I'm proud, and Miss has just been really, really, really supportive.
36 people in this room are LGBT or T.
This year's LGBT History Month has been a particular success.
Let's try one more time. It's the first year that staff have felt comfortable to come out, and they've emailed me and told me that they've come out to their tutor groups, and the reaction has been nothing but supportive.
When I first came here, I wasn't aware what was going on in terms of LGBT work, and until I'd met Ellie and until I'd actually seen LGBT Month in operation, twice really, I didn't actually feel comfortable enough to actually completely out myself. I have a Year 7 tutor group, and had a good long conversation about what's a gay man look like. We had all sorts of stereotypes came out, and in the end I said to them, so, well actually you all know somebody gay? And they were like, no we don't. And I said, well you do because you know me. And it was fantastic, and they completely changed their attitudes, and it taught them so much.
All right, brilliant. So what's the topic of our theme? The kids have never presumed that I was a gay teacher, so they haven't connected the two, and it's only this year that students have started to ask about me, and I've come out, and they've been very supportive. I had my Year 9s in here, and they went, who's out in our year group? I went, me. And they just was silent, and then one of the boys just came up to my table and just went, are you happy, miss? I just went, I'm very happy with who I am, thank you very much for asking.
Ellie's work and the school's support show how it's possible to tackle homophobia and change attitudes. But over half of gay teachers do not feel supported by their school.
If somebody wants to actually actively persecute you as a gay person, they're going to do it, and they're going to find a way, and they're going to find a moment. So many people for so many decades have sat back, and now is the time to defend yourself and to defend others, and that's what makes a healthy school.
Recent government guidance states that every school should actively challenge homophobia.
Right, okay. We're going to move on to the next bit, so you now need to really concentrate.
Lucy Cuthbertson is head of drama at Kidbrooke School in South East London.
Okay, so into a corner on your chairs, please.
I do think that gay teachers do have a responsibility to be out. Now, I think that's quite a controversial statement, but I do think it would be really helpful. And in not being out, you do no benefit to anybody.
What do you think about teachers and gayness and stuff?
I think any teacher that is gay should come out.
I think it's pretty good that they're brave, like Miss Cuthbertson is, because it's a bit stupid really, because when they're not telling people, everyone's just going to be like, oh, Miss, are you a lesbian? But if they just tell them, then it'll be fine, because people actually generally accept it. Like, no one's abused Miss Cuthbertson to a point of suicide.
Not yet. I think that it would also encourage other people, other teachers in other schools to come out as well, because I think our school could be like a kind of inspiration to other schools, I think.
Ricardo, what was the final gift that you managed to woo her with?
The role model aspect of being out as a teacher is just really important, because it's simply reflecting a proper cross-section of society. Because if all the school reflects is heterosexual society, that's incorrect, and that's not educating anybody, and we're here to educate. That's part of our job.
A relaxed approach to being out can have a positive effect.
I think the cooler you seem about it, the more nonplussed you seem about it. If, say, for example, a student just asks you directly, which is how I've always come out, if people have said, you know, Miss, are you gay? People say, are you gay? And I just say, yeah. And then that's when you put it back on them, and then it's up to them to not be bothered. And I have always found that they are almost falling over themselves to be who's the coolest with it.
This is like a little group who are just carrying this person, and it's got to be beautiful. I don't want any noise, I want it to be silent. Ready? Go.
for some children, having an openly gay teacher is a big surprise.
There's these two girls who said, Miss, can we ask you a question? We've heard, are you a lesbian? And I said, yes, I am. And then right across me, completely blanked me, she said, I don't think she is. And I said, well, I am actually. And she still looks right across me, I don't think she is. And so I'm like going, well, I am a lesbian. What do you want me to say? And it was almost like the reverse panic of what people used to think during Clause 28, or the reverse panic of what people think when they're in the closet and don't want to come out. I was trying to say to these girls, I am a lesbian, for God's sake, you know, where they wouldn't believe it. It was ridiculous.
And then you change.
Lucy takes the less amusing reactions in her stride.
The only little bits of negative things I've had have been students shouting lesbian from a long way off in a group where they can't be identified, and it's the most cowardly, pathetic attempt at sort of trying to, I don't know, and I just kind of want to turn around and say, yeah, I know. What is that going to achieve? Pathetic.
Ben is encouraging his class to think about their behaviour and its effect on others.
I've asked them to do a bit of a confidential anti-bullying questionnaire, but also this year I've made sure that it's real focus, that I've put stuff about homophobic bullying. And I've just been looking at the results of it. I've asked them a question: do you think that students should be allowed to use the word gay to describe things negative? The overwhelming majority of people have said that no, it shouldn't, and then when questioned why, they've actually been quite mature. Kids have said stuff like, because I think it's tight to say gay is crap, and I don't think saying gay, I've just done it and for so long that it's become a habit. So I think that's really mature, and actually that would really make people's lives, especially gay kids in schools and also teachers' lives, a lot better if everyone thought like that.
Encountering prejudice is rare for Lucy, thanks to her school's inclusive approach.
I think you don't want to feel on your own as a gay teacher on their soapbox banging on about gay issues again, and that just won't work. It has to be a whole school policy, and that has to involve everybody.
Head teacher Trisha Jaffe has made tackling discrimination a key part of the school's ethos.
It should be possible for all staff to be open and honest about who and what they are, because when you start hiding that, you stop being able to teach well. It's the responsibility, once the work has been done amongst the staff, for all staff to take that on in exactly the same way as they would if it was a racist comment. And you don't have to be black to object, or be an ethnic minority to object to racism. It becomes a part of the bloodstream and a part of the way in which you simply operate.
Heads have the power to change attitudes in their schools, to change the whole school ethos. If you've got a positive, liberal, open-minded head teacher, generally you will have staff that follow suit, that you'll educate children to be adults that will follow suit as well.
As well as tackling homophobia from the top of the school community, the long-term preventative approach starts with the children.
Homophobia needs to be addressed in primary schools. So children understand at a very early age that there can be a man, a woman, a man, a man, a woman, a woman. It's all love.
John Harold is deputy head at Jenny Hammond Primary School in East London.
I came out in one school where I worked, and it was just, well, you know, you're gay, we still love you, which is literally what one of the kids said. Come and find a seat.
He's taking part in the No Outsiders project, which introduces younger children to LGBT issues.
Well, these are all the books from the No Outsiders project. The books are aimed at primary school, so it's right from reception right up to year 6, and a little bit beyond as well, the early years of secondary school. The books are really an inroad into making discussions of this type a lot easier. What is homophobia?
It's when someone acts really bad to someone who's homosexual.
Okay, good. Okay, and what do we mean by bisexual?
Like someone who doesn't mind if it's a boy or a girl?
Doesn't mind. Yeah, somebody who is attracted or emotionally or physically attracted to somebody who is the same sex or the opposite sex. Yeah. It's been incredible. It really has. It's been such a non-issue. I mean, most of the issues have been mine. Can I read this book to these year twos? Are they going to laugh? What kind of awkward questions are they going to ask? Am I going to be able to answer the awkward questions?
If they start laughing and being silly about it, then maybe it's just that they don't understand it's all right to be gay or lesbian or be two different sexes, it's okay.
It's not about being gay or lesbian or Muslim or Hindu or Christian or whatever. It's about accepting differences. It's totally what I was not expecting to find. I was expecting to have a real battle. And, you know, there has been the odd sort of negative reaction from one or two parents, but nothing like I'd been expecting.
If you're gay, it doesn't matter, and everyone gets accepted equally and it's equal.
The basis that we should all be coming from is that, you know, we're teaching about loving relationships. It's the whole spectrum of relationships that we're talking about. I'm not teaching primary school children about gay sex. That's not even on the list. You know, it's love. That's the important thing.
Over the past few weeks, Ben has been thinking about being more open with his class and has moved a step closer to coming out.
I think if somebody asked me in a lesson or in a corridor a question about my sexuality, I'd like to be honest with them, and I hope in the future that I will be. In fact, I have absolutely no doubt in the future that I will be. Maybe next year, maybe next week, maybe next month. I'm sure that people around me, especially the other members of staff, will be supportive, and I'm also sure that there will be kids in school who will actually value the fact that I'm honest with them, that I'm open with them. Being actually out and proud will actually really enhance my teaching and make me a better teacher, I think.
Things are changing. People are allowed by society to be more experimental and to follow what their heart dictates. It's not like a cool attitude, it's not a right-on attitude, it's not a politically correct or patronising thing. It's just a relaxed and understanding attitude.
It takes one person, which is what I did in my school, to do one thing. And if I could encourage that one person in every school, it doesn't have to be a gay person. It could be anyone, you know?
Go and do it, talk about it, see what happens. The world isn't going to end. There's not going to be some great big chasm going to open up and swallow you. You're not going to have hordes of angry parents with pitchforks and torches. You know, those days are going.
You can challenge discrimination and you can change your school's ethos and you can make sure there's a working equal ops policy because schools are legally required to do so.
We've been tolerant for a long time of schools finding it difficult, and that's becoming a bit boring now, and I think schools just have to sort it out now, and if they don't, there should be appropriate punishments because it's not acceptable that there's homophobia in our schools in 2008. It's ridiculous.